Preksha,
Good morning, sir. Good morning,
please
sir.
be seated.
Thank you,
And
sir.
if you feel like it, you can remove the mask.
Thank you, sir.
What is the meaning of your name, Preksha?
Sir, it's a Sanskrit term and it means an intelligent person.
Oh, wow, very good. You are living up to your name?
Sir, I'm trying to live up to my name.
Good. Okay, so you are from Bareilly.
Yes, sir.
What is Bareilly famous for?
Sir, it is most famous for the Zari Zardozi handicraft work, which is used for the embroidery of saris, and also for a surma, which is actually a kind of a kohl which is applied in the eyes.
Okay. But if you ask me, I would say it is famous for jhumka and barfi.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Is that not so?
sir, actually, songs have been made regarding this, but this is not the true case actually.
This is not the.
Yes,
So
sir.
why do they use the? I mean, there were so many cities on which it could have been any bazaar. Why Bareilly ka bazaar?
Sir, actually, there is a story related to it that Harivansh Rai Bachchan, who was a poet, the father of Amitabh Bachchan, he and his wife they were traveling to the hill station of Nainital, and while going there, somehow
एक झुमका गिर गया.
हाँ.
Okay.
And then
fine.
the poet who was a lyricist, he actually composed a song regarding this.
Okay, fine. So, are you aware of any composition of Hartmann Rai Bachchan?
Yes, sir. His one of the most famous has been Madhushala. And
so
sir,
can you recite any couplet from that?
Sir, I remember one of them that it was related to the Hindu Muslim unity. It was like Mandir Masjid Bair Karave, Madhushala hi paas lave.
हिंदू और मुसलमान दो हैं एक मगर उनका प्याला एक मगर है उनका साथी एक मगर उनकी हाला मंदिर मस्जिद बाहर
कराते मेल कराती मधुशाला.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, tell me what is Izzat Nagar famous for?
Sir, Izzat Nagar, as far as I remember, it was a British post office and it was the head post office of the area. Izzat Nagar, sir, and also there is a railway station, and that is one of the largest on the NER railway line.
Okay, very good. There is very famous institute there.
Sir, the
Research Institute of Government of India.
yes, sir. So IVRI, yes, sir. Indian Veterinary Research Institute, yes, sir.
Okay. Have they done any major research that you are aware of?
Sir, I know that they have been performing some tests on the GM crops and also some of the related to the cattle to the livestock development. That
You
I
are
know.
also working on GM poultry incidentally. Okay, but anyway, what is GM crop?
Sir, it stands for the genetically modified crops, and
So
they
can
are
you name something?
yes, sir. Sir, GM cotton, GM mustard, and sir GM brinjal. They are being researched upon, while the GM cotton has been introduced partially in India.
Okay, so GM mustard.
Yes, sir.
How does it? What is the objective of the genetic modification in GM mustard?
Sir, in the
What
case
does
of
it change? In case of BT cotton, we know it works against the
bollworm.
bollworm.
Yes.
How does the GM mustard works and what is its action?
Sir, I'm not sure about the actual mechanism or the actual work, but I know that it increases the productivity and it reduces the insects and the pest attack. But I'm not completely sure about the exact mechanism.
I think insect attack I am not sure, but yes, productivity increases because it is a self-pollinating plant and it kind of creates a situation where it cross-pollinates. Okay. But anyway, I am glad that you said what you don't know and what. Your father works in BSNL or was working in BSNL?
Was working.
Was working.
Yes, sir.
So, why BSNL failed? I mean, it was such a big monopoly. It had everything going. Why did it fail?
Sir, actually, monopoly was one of the reasons for its failure, and it failed to actually modernize itself with the upcoming trends. When the 4G was introduced in India, BSNL was still in its 3G phase. And also the credit for this failure can also be given to the huge rampant corruption, which even my father used to tell me that some of the sites, some of the towers and all, they were not working, but they were reported to be working, and which led to a siphoning of the funds. This happened at the very grassroots level, but at the upper level there was this lack of modernization, and also there was delayed decision making because of some of the issues in the board and at the higher authority level.
Okay. Also, was it overstaffed?
Yes, sir, we can say that. Because if we compare it with the private
And
companies,
overpaid also?
sir, I don't I won't know that whether it was overpaid, but it was overstaffed.
Okay.
Because if we compare it with the private sector, then approximately 75% of the budget of BSNL was going in payment of the salaries, while in the case of private sector it is approximately 22 to 30%.
What are the achievements of BSNL?
So BSNL, as it was the first telecom company incorporated in India, apart from the Department of Telecommunication. So it actually
Wasn't MTNL the first one?
So MTNL was only limited to Delhi and Mumbai circles.
Yeah.
But still the first one.
It was the first company.
Sir, I'll check it. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know about
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Sir, it was influential in taking the optical fiber network to the village areas. It was also one of the first which tied up with the Nokia when the mobile systems were coming up, and in the recent days it is being used in the Bharat Band portal, so that the
Okay, tell me this Bharat Band. What's that?
Sir, it's the extension of the internet services to the village areas, and it's a target that the 100% villages would be covered, but this target has been extended many times. It was earlier kept at 2018, then it was extended to 20, then 22, and now it's to 2024, if I remember.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Ms. Preksha. So you mentioned you have been working on some project related to artery disease detection.
Yes, sir. So I worked on it in my college years.
So what was it to do with?
Sir, actually it was a project where we downloaded the ECG signals, the electrocardiogram signals from the internet, and then we applied some of the waveforms upon it, some of and we calculated the cross information potential. Then we segregated them into the probability density functions, and finally we applied the neural networks to categorize them whether the patient can have a coronary artery disease in the future or not.
So predicting.
Yes, sir.
Now, of late we are seeing, I don't know if it is due to COVID or some say vaccines, that very young people are getting heart attacks. You must have seen in the
Yes, sir.
some of the celebrities.
Yes, sir.
30s, 40s. Is there any specific trend that you observe? Is there any specific reason? What is the reason behind that?
Sir, in the recent cases, the most of the heart attacks have been attributed to some kind of mental health issue, and also because of their poor lifestyles, I would say.
Sorry, morning.
Money.
Sorry, sir.
No problem.
Please.
Sorry, we started.
Please, sir.
But I won't. But I would don't know if there is any underlying pattern upon this.
Oh, fine, fair. And you're interested in reading autobiographies?
Yes, sir.
There's an interesting African proverb that until the lion knows how to ride, every story will glorify the hunter. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So our autobiography is also similar that since you're writing about yourself, all the opinions that you get is completely biased or to an extent glorifying yourself.
Yes, sir. So that's an issue that the autobiographies create a kind of a patronage system and a hero worship tendency. But I would also say that autobiographies are also a means to know that what was going on in the mind of the protagonist or of the personality when he was facing any of the challenges. To get a holistic view, it would be better if we see both the sides of the story. So after reading my any autobiography, I try to find I try to research all the events associated on the internet and then find out whether it was a truth or some of the facts were misleading.
Okay, some of the autobiographies that you have read or you like.
So recently I've read the autobiographies of Milkha Singh, Arunima Sinha and Andrea Agassi.
Now you mentioned you have graduated from MANIT.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about the contributions of Maulana Azad pre-independence and post-independence?
So pre-independence, he was related with the Indian national movement since almost 1910s. He was among the first who was a part of the Khilafat movement. He was also editor of the magazine Al Hilal. Then he also was a part of the Shimla conference. Apart from after independence, he was our first education minister. He was also instrumental in setting up of the University Grants Commission, and also the International Center for the Cultural Relations (ICCR). He was also first president of it and also a founder of this organization.
Okay, so you mentioned about UGC. Now recently UGC has come up with a common entrance for the graduation.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you see, in fact, in one of the interviews, the chairperson was saying, because he was asked a question whether it will also turn out, this exam will also turn out like JEE or NEET, wherein an industry of coaching will emerge and there will be an inequity because the access to coaching is, again, there is a lot of inequity. Do you foresee same thing happening in this entrance exam?
So CUET is essential because students have been running from pillar to post when it comes to filling of the forms after 12th examinations. I would say that it's a good step because it would reduce this burden on the students. But it is true that there is a fear that this will again turn up the industry post class 12th of students going into paying heavily for this. But if I compare the pros and the cons, I would still be in favor of the CUET, and to regulate this thing, we can have some kind of mechanisms to prevent the creation of coaching industry.
Yeah, thank you.
Preksha,
Yes, sir.
you've done your electronics and communication engineering.
Yes, sir.
You must have heard of gates.
Yes, sir.
Which are the gates? What kind of gates?
So the gates are a kind of a electrical circuit, logical circuit, which when the inputs are applied to them, they give a particular output depending upon their structure. There are AND gates, OR, NOR, NAND, and also NOT gate.
So which gate is called universal gate?
So NAND and the NOR gates.
Why are they called universal?
So because using a NAND and NOR in different kind of patterns, one can create any of the basic gates.
Which way will travel farther? Amplitude modulation or frequency modulation?
So amplitude modulation.
Why?
So because the disturbances which are created in the frequency modulation that are higher, and so it gets dissipated faster.
Is it dependent on modulation or something else?
Sir, it's dependent upon the frequencies which are being used.
So why amplitude modulation travels farther than the frequency modulation?
So the effect of the noise is less on the amplitude modulation.
Noise is different.
Sir, I'll look more into
Population
this.
is different.
Sir, I'll look more into this.
You just answered, but you forgot. Anyway, you have done your geography also as a what is the longitude problem in geography?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
Any connection of geography with timekeeping? Any connection you can find?
Yes, sir. Sir, the geography, sir, the meridians whichever faces the sun. So the relation is such that when the sun travels across all the 360 longitudes, so each side faces the sun for a period of 4 minutes. So if we count it from the 0 degree right up to the 360 degrees, one whole day can be covered in this, and so timekeeping can be maintained through this.
No, the accuracy of timekeeping is deeply connected with geography. Why was there a need to keep time? That has got a geographical connection. Anyway, for the safety of women, what electronics, communication, IT systems come to your mind? Tell me something about that.
So one of the first one would be I think the GPS system through which women's location can be tracked easily, and it can also help them to know whether the place where they are traveling is a safe place or not. Apart from this, there have also been inventions like the smart watches, where they can, if they feel unsafe, they can simply press a button and it will alert their family members or their
Only
close
through
friends.
the watch they can alert, not by the mobile phone.
Yes, sir. So the smart watches or the smartphones and even other variables are there, like the smart headphones and all. Then, sir, there are also equipments like automatic lock systems which can be used in the buildings and all, where the women can safely find a place if they feel unsafe.
What is the role of 112 in this entire safety system?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Don't you call police in a crisis?
Yes, sir.
So which
yes.
number do you dial?
Sir, actually, I had never gone to this phase, so I didn't know that 112.
You should
Yes, sir.
remember.
Yes, sir.
Which
Yes,
number
sir.
to call?
Yes, sir.
So which is the number you would call?
So I don't know the number, but as you said, it was 112. I don't know it actually.
See, it is a common knowledge. Earlier it was 100.
Yes, sir.
100 number को call करेंगे.
Yes, sir.
You can call 100 number, but now there is a integrated police number, emergency number. Now it is called 112. So all calls related to fire, medical, police
Yes, sir.
now have to go
Yes,
to
sir.
112.
Yes,
That
sir.
is all.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Now tell me, you have a phone, smartphone. You do you use smartphone or
Yes,
you
sir. Yes,
use
sir.
a dumb phone?
Yes, sir. I use smartphone.
Smartphone. Now you are having a smartphone and suddenly a person has put a gun on your head and says, don't call police and give me a chain or whatever. So what would you do immediately?
So there is, sir, if I would be having because I have I have basic knowledge of the judo karate, so I would try that technique immediately.
Won't you do something with your phone?
So there is a system of the emergency number which can be pre-fed in the phone. So I can call that also.
No, but he won't let you open the phone and dial it. So in that case, what do you do?
I would hit the phone on the person's head as a first defense.
Very good.
Excellent answer.
There is one more I
So
will tell
instead
you.
of beating your own head with phone.
That's a good answer. But then you should know the other answer also. If you press this power button 3 times in quick succession,
Yes, sir.
it will activate the emergency system
Okay, sir.
without you dialing it.
Okay, sir.
Are you aware of it?
No, sir. I wasn't aware of it till now.
So open your phone.
So it's the mic thing. It's not the phone.
Okay, I'll demonstrate it to you. Maybe it can come handy. Suppose I have got this. So I press it 1, 2, 3
Yes,
in
sir.
quick succession. And then the emergency call is generated automatically.
Okay, sir.
Now I have stopped it. 112, if you dial like this,
Yes,
the
sir.
control room knows that there is an emergency.
Okay, sir.
So automatically all the information goes there. And there is one 112 app also. You should know as a woman,
Yes, sir.
there is a
Yes,
112
sir.
app.
Yes, sir.
But for that you'll have to open the phone.
Yes, sir.
But in this case you don't have to open the phone.
Yes, sir.
But that was a good answer. Use it as a weapon.
Preksha,
Yes,
so
sir.
you belong to Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Preksha, regularly these proposals keep on coming that Uttar Pradesh should be divided into 4 states.
Yes,
It's
sir.
too big to govern.
Yes, sir.
So, can you give me 2 or 3 arguments in favor and 2 or 3 arguments against this?
Yes, sir. So the problems of UP have been due to due to governance issues because of its huge size, and and if it is divided into 3 or 4 centers of power, then it would be easier to be to be administered. Also, the people would be as we say that the geographical distance matter in case of the administration. So people would be able to communicate their grievances well to the centers of power, and we have seen that in case of Uttarakhand also, because when Uttarakhand was a part of UP, then the hill people, they were not accustomed to the plain areas, and they face a lot of problems. Apart from this, if we divide it, then the resources can be actually measured completely and in a very holistic manner, because still there are some of the parameters like the health and the education which are measured on a statistical basis, and if it is done for the whole state of UP, then it won't capture all the population parameters. For the arguments against it, I would say that it would divide the resources of the region, because UP has been characterized by the Ganga Yamuna Doab, and if we divide it, then the Bundelkhand will be entirely left off, and it doesn't have any source of its natural water supply. It's in the water scarce region, and also division would be governed by some of the political issues also, because UP faces the issues of casteism in a very big manner.
What about the financial viability of new states if they come into force?
So the financial viability, that is also means that has both pros and cons, because in the initial years, some of the regions, like if we say the western UP, the areas of Ghaziabad and Noida, they are actually contributing 1/5 of the whole economy.
Okay, what's your take? Should it be divided or not?
Sir, I think division would be beneficial, but it should be done after a consensus building.
Okay. You are a student of electronics.
Yes,
What
sir.
is Moore's law?
Sir, it states that that in a period of 10 years, the number of chips which are integrated on an IC would be doubled.
10 years.
10
Not
years.
not
And
number of chips.
And also 10 years.
I think the chip, when you use the chip, that is a wrong word you used.
Transistors.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Number of components.
Yes, sir. Number of components.
Okay. What is geographical determinism?
Sir, it was a philosophy in the geographical thought aspect, that many of the characteristics of the of the man-environment relation, they are determined by the geography of the place. So if we see some of the contributors like Ellen Semple or Huntington, they had a major role in this, and they said that the place and the climate of the area and the physiography that determines how the people of the area will be behaving in their cultural aspects and in the migration patterns.
Very good. So, do we see the students of geographical determinism also in the arena of international relations?
Yes, sir. So we can see this because many of
Can
the...
you give me examples of one or two such people?
Sir, sorry, sir. I don't know any examples particularly now.
Okay.
But
Robert
there are
Kaplan
people.
is one of them. Indian Foreign Services is your second preference.
Yes, sir.
So, suppose given a choice, which country would you like to go where you would serve India if you get selected as an IFS officer?
Sir, I would be comfortable in any of the places.
No, this is not a trick question. This is a straightforward question. Where does your inclination lie? Where would you like to go?
Sir, I would say any of the European nations.
Why?
Sir, because that is a region where India has a lot of potential, and still it is not tapped up to its optimum. So as a diplomat, I feel that many of my contributions can be in this region.
Okay, tell bullet wise 3 bullet points which India can do to tap that potential.
Sir, first would be the free trade agreement which has been lying pending with the EU.
Okay.
And sir, another would be a more consensus on the global rules-based order, because Europe was one of the... Yes, sir. And sir, third would be in the field of our soft powers, like culture and the other aspects.
Okay. Which is larger in area, Russia or Africa?
Sir, Africa, as far as I remember.
But when you see on this map, this Russia looks larger.
Sir, it is because of the Mercator's projection map, which gives a very misleading figure, and even Denmark.
Why does it give a misleading?
Sir, because the angle used is such that it was actually used by the colonizers to portray that the Western nations, they are actually at a supreme position, and so they can dominate upon the developing countries.
Okay, my last question. You have been in NCC. What is the full form of NCC?
So National Cadet Corps.
National Cadet
Corps.
Corps. Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, Preksha, your interview is over.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.